Chris, what is our second main topic today?
This comes from Edward Esson. Greetings, John and team. Just saw some people buzzing that Jon Bernthal is returning as Punisher in the new Disney Plus Daredevil series. I'm finding like 90% of these rumors end up being BS, so I thought I'd ask you guys if you think there's any validity to this story going around, because it's apparently isn't coming from the studio or any of the big news outlets. What do you think? Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot for saying that in, Edward. And of course, ever since Matt Murdock popped up in Spider-Man No Way Home, and then of course we found out he was going to be in Hawkeye, and then we found out there was going to be a Daredevil Born Again series, and he's going to be in, I think, She-Hulk tonight. I think we're going to see Matt and She-Hulk tonight. At least I kind of hope we do. Apparently it's only going to be a one-episode appearance, so enjoy it while you can.
It's really Mephisto dressed as Daredevil.
It's Mephisto dressed as Daredevil. There it is.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Oh, man.
So everybody's been buzzing about, but also talking about what other characters will come. What other characters that we had in that Netflix universe will come over here? Obviously, we got Kingpin there right now, but what about the other ones? Now, there was a Hollywood Reporter story about, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago, that said they heard whispers. They weren't confirming it. They said they heard whispers that Jessica Jones was going to be in the Daredevil Born Again series. Well, now it's being said that Jessica Jones will not be in it because the actress who plays it has scheduling conflicts. Now, whether any of that is true has not been affirmed by anybody, by the way. Not even the Hollywood Reporter says we can't say this is fact, but we've heard this and maybe this, whatever. Well, now, and I need to put some giant grains of salt on this, someone who is not one of the major trades and who is not one of the studio people, but has said that they heard that to replace Jessica Jones, which we never know, we still don't know for a fact that Jessica Jones was ever intended to be in it, but says that because they had to replace Jessica Jones, which we don't know if it was ever true in the first place, they have replaced the Jessica Jones character with Jon Bernthal's Punisher character. Now, the only reason I bring this up, now you guys know 9 out of every 10 of these casting rumors and things like that, we don't ever talk about on the show, and people always write me, why didn't you talk about this today or this day? Because there's nothing to suggest it's true. But once in a while, I will bring them up here in the show if I can say that, you know what, I heard the same thing. That doesn't mean I'm saying that it's true. Not in the least. Not in the least. I don't, frankly, really trust who I heard this from, to be honest with you. But since I have also heard that same thing, regardless of how little validity I give to it, I thought it was at least worth bringing up and addressing, since a lot of places are running with this headline right now that I even saw a couple of smaller outlets running. Confirmed Jon Bernthal is Punisher. Just let's be clear, it's not confirmed. Guys, we've talked about what kind of differences are going to be between this MCU iteration of these Netflix characters. Is it the actual literal same characters, same universe as Netflix? Charlie Cox's recent statements seem to hint that they're not, saying this is not season 4, this is a totally new thing, this is a season 1, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't definitively say that it wasn't. We have still expected to see maybe 1 or 2 other characters cross over. The one that I have a really hard time, I can see Jessica Jones coming over. I could even see Danny coming over. I could see Iron Fist coming over, even though I don't think they would ever go near that, but I could see that happening. Punisher is a little bit more of a complicated character. I mean, I love Punisher season 1 and 2. I love Jon Bernthal as Punisher. I think he's great in that role. God, look how perfect he is in this. That's just an amazing shot. But the character is a little bit problematic for what Disney Plus is. Even though that Disney Plus has leaned a little bit more adult, I don't know if that they're ready to go Punisher level adult. So let's put it this way. If, and I emphasize that word if there's any legitimacy to these whispers that Jon Bernthal is going to be back as Punisher, as Frank Castle, I'm down for it. I just have a hard time believing it right now. I'm not dispelling it. I'm just saying I have a hard time believing it right now. Chris, you hear about this. Number one, do you think that Disney would even bring in a Punisher character right now? And if so, do you think Bernthal could be that guy?
I mean, I would want it to be Bernthal because I love him in this role. I love everything he does. His turn on the bear recently, it's such a small but pivotal role.
Oh, just as the brother?
Yes, he's so good. He's such a great actor.
Even his smaller part in The Accountant with Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. I've been
wonderful.
dying to see a sequel to that.
He's so good. It does feel unnatural though to just say something like The Punisher on Disney Plus. I want him to I want him to have like an early aughts Hillary Duff-esque like, you're watching Disney Channel in his Punisher getup. I would love that so much. It does just feel out of place, and you can't really de-escalate that character. The whole thrust of that character is that he is murdering on behalf of avenging his family. And we have seen a little bit of that in the MCU, right? We see Hawkeye do his turn of just cooking fools and taking care of business after he's lost his family. However, his show was so gritty and violent, and that's really what made it. It was very hard for me to watch it sometimes. I don't know if you can pull that back that much, but I guess though you can have him be a supporting character and just not see too much of that violence, right? Same thing with Daredevil. We just aren't going to have as many, kicks to the face, car doors to a face moments maybe, or at least that stuff can happen off screen. I think it's possible. I just don't know if I want it.
What if they slightly change him? It's like make him the non-corporal Punisher.
Oh.
And what he is, he's an expert in de-escalating hostile situations.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
No one's buying what I'm selling.
Dude.
No.
Come on now.
That's just put me in then where I'd be like, can we use our words first?
Let's
Is that
use our
okay?
words. Rob, what do you think about this whole thing?
Well, first of all, there's another thing. I mean, culturally, the Punisher's iconography has become a little problematic. The skull, wearing the skull and all
Yep.
that. But I think ultimately the character of the Punisher who believes in using lethal force to take care of his problems might not be the best fit. And as you know, John, I believe that none of these shows take place in the same universe now anyway, according to my grand unified theory
That's
of
right.
the
Yeah.
multiverse saga. But, I think that if any show could bring Punisher back, it would be a Daredevil show. I mean, that would be the place to put him. They have a history together in the comics. You could soften that character a little bit. I mean, lean more into the vengeance for the family thing, and rather than
He uses non-lethal weapons. He uses
a casual-
stunners and things like that.
I mean,
tasers.
But look, I like Jessica Jones. I'd love to see Mike Coulter come back as Luke Cage.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I would love to see him come back. But again, I mean, I don't have a sense of yes, it's a new Daredevil. I'd like to see what they're going to do with all this. I just want to see a great Daredevil story. Forget everybody else. I mean, maybe Kingpin because you need a villain, but enough with the cameos and this. I mean, please, why not just bring Wong and put him in the new Daredevil show? I'm sure he'll show up too. But I would love to see a born-again Daredevil show that leans into Daredevil. And I hope they do that. But, I mean, I could see them bringing Frank Castle in, but I'm not going to believe it till it, as you put it, becomes more tangible.
Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? There are whispers going around, whispers I've heard myself, that maybe Jon Bernthal is going to return as the Punisher in this. I mean, maybe it could be true, or maybe it could be that whole thing that Denzel and all these people were going to come out on stage at D23. And
right.
Obviously that never happened. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Would you be down for Jon Bernthal returning as Punisher? I certainly would be. But do you think it's actually happening? I have my doubts, but I'm not going to say it's impossible. How do you guys feel about that? Jump down to the comments section below and leave those thoughts there. We want to take a second and thank a sponsor of this video, MeUndies. Luckily, we here at the John Campea Show work with MeUndies, makers of the most buttery, soft, and sustainable undies, bralettes, and socks that exist. Like many of you guys, I have spent my entire life wearing completely useless and uncomfortable underwear. And it wasn't until the good folks at MeUndies sent me my first couple of pairs that I realized I have not been living my life to the fullest. Now I wear MeUndies every single day, and it makes my whole day a hell of a lot more comfortable. Guaranteed to be the softest stuff you've ever felt in your life. Their signature micro-modal fabric is sustainable, breathable, and stretchy as heck. Available in sizes extra small to 4XL, they have new colors and prints dropping weekly, so there's always something exciting to check out. Try their free-to-join membership for free shipping on every order and exclusive perks, like an item shipped to your door every month, secret sales, and early access to their newest stuff. MeUndies has a great offer for the John Campea Show audience. For any first-time purchasers, you get 20% off plus free shipping and returns. So to get 20% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Campea. That's MeUndies.com/Campea.